Bitcoin is going to zero.
Will Robinson.
All right, got it. Thank you so much, Olga Ivanova, for the win. Thank you very much. I had my mic turned off, but I was saying that thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you. Also, I mentioned, Olga, that yesterday night I saw a last minute request. If you refresh my memory, I'll be more than happy to go over your request from yesterday. I just quite don't catch it. But also, two top in the house. How is it going? We also have Olga Ivanova, of course. We have Steve Verica. What's up? Alex, how's it going, my friend? Welcome. Great to have you guys. XEY, how's it going? Crickets. Yes, I had my mic muted on the software. It is what? It's still off? Is it? No, you gotta be kidding me. Wavelength microphone is still off? You got to be kidding me. Come on, really? Test. No, we're back. Yeah, I can hear myself. Let's go. All right, so let me mute myself. And I do catch that we are a little bit low on audio. But let me fix that really quickly. I already have the kind of like here it is, the experience. So let's go with max volume. That should be improving the mic volume. Let's see. Test. Perfect. We are. All right. Let's get it. All right. Thank you so much for your comments. I really appreciate them. You guys saved me for a muted class today. So let me first shout out to you guys because you guys are the most important part of the show. We have two top in the house. We also have Olga Ivanova. How's it going, Olga? Olga, by the way, yesterday I caught a last minute request, if I'm not mistaken. So just let me know if you refresh my memory and you ask me again that question, just do add Piper Academy so I can see it. I'll be more than happy to answer that question. C. Verek, what's up? Alex, how's it going? XYC, how is it going, guys? We also have, I think that's C. XYC. Yeah, Olga, and Alex. Perfect. Got it, got it. Hey, Kelly, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining, Kelly. Really appreciate you. And let's get it started. All right, so I was saying that I was looking at Jasmine. We have it winged in here a little bit before, and well, to sad, we actually lost this trade. Not lost it, but we did not catch it, right? So it is what it is. I was a little mad about it, but well, what can we do, right? Let's take a look at BNB, for example. BNB, we had the very first one in here. Remember, 1/4 of a position. Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh, does that sound? Hopefully it does.
Danger, Will Robinson.
All right, so Danger, Will Robinson. In here, yes, it got us. But remember, we were also looking for this next entry right in here with another 1/4 of a position. Right now, we are in profit. So, guys, make sure most of you stop to entry. So there we go. One kicked, but we rescued that trade where now we should be very close to be taking a trade. Only wait for that little curve, right? You will have to play this by ear if I'm not mistaken, because, well, despite we have increasing money flow, we are still, well, we're pretty bullish and we are trending, but the trend is right now to the downside. So most likely we are looking for this kind of a move, right? So be careful. We already have moved our stop to entry. Look at a good area to take a partial profit on this trade. All right, so let me just get rid of this one so it's not bothering, and that's it. That's how we're going to be living this for now. This is BNB. Render, make a beautiful movement in here, and thanks God that I did not close it. In fact, if you recall, yesterday we took, or today in the morning, my bad, we took a partial profits in here, right? And then as we had the chart prime class, well, I mentioned that I was not moving my stop completely to entry, and I was gonna be keeping it open because I was looking for a further move a little bit downward. So let's get it. Render short, let's keep it open. We already are 20% out, all right? And we're looking for a further move to the downside. So remember, right now, I would say that it's safe to say that we could be moving our stop to entry. And also, I'm going to be moving my alert just so it alerts me when it takes me out, if it takes me out. But I'm going to be already taking profits and in profits, all right? So remember, when you set your stop to entry, just compensate that little itty-bitty part more, right, in percentage to cover for the commission. So DJ Mac Oli, what is up? Top of the evening, let's get it. Week's wife, how's it going? Welcome. Double shout out, by the way. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of other stuff. We also were trading XRP, there it is, half of an entry. Remember, we have another half of an entry somewhere around 198. It's already, I would say that we're not gonna get it. I mean, I don't know, it's looking a little weak, to be honest, right? So we could even go lower. Right now we are barely on profits. Look at that, barely on profits. But I believe that we might do maybe one double bottom and then a continuation up. I'm gonna keep this trade open. I haven't moved anything, all right? And if you are waiting for that flip of the ribbon, well, I would actually advise to wait just a little bit more. I think we're gonna get that double bottom pattern in here, and you might even get a little bit of a better entry than me. So let's get it. And finally, freaking Jasmine, it slept through the fingers, bro. Come on. Not really something that I liked, but it is what it is, right? And well, then we have a chat rate. Let's get it. Number 3, let's get a chat rate off the stream, the most recent available time. Let's get it. All right, so by the way, guys, really quick, click that like button down below. It has no KYC for now until the government takes over YouTube, right? And it is free. It really helps with the algorithm. So give me those thumbs up. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. You're a stream. What? I blew a mine today. You blew a mine today. I think you're right. I should stream maybe. Ooh, not following. Top of the muffin. All right, maybe I'm a little lost in there. If that's for me, Alex, let me know. Tag me and give me a little, children explanation. I'll really appreciate that. Oh, dude. I'm very sorry. I'm just that kind of guy that I can't do just one thing at a time, right? I breathe and then I take another step and then I forget to breathe, right? So I need to do these things at a time. So reading, writing, and analyzing is not my forte. Did at the same time. Right, so let's get it. What's for? Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Just was trying to catch up. Thank you for clarifying, my friend. All right, so let's take a look at the other alerts that we have up here, right? You might already seen that it's BNB. All right, we already have gone through BNB. ADA, we haven't seen ADA, and XRP, we already have gone through XRP. So let's get it started with ADA. ADA, we already have a possible entry. There it is, grasping the golden range in here. Just in case you're curious, that golden range comes from, let me search it for you, the pivots in here, the pivots points level. It's configured for 1 week and it has the median movements in here, medium something, right? We asked devs and he says mother's milk, so we're gonna go for that. All right, so mother's milk. By the way, just so you know, this is one of the indicators that it was not explained to me, right? And I have basically no much of an idea of how it works, other than it takes median into considerations. Basically, what I get from that, right? It gets not only support and resistances levels, combining with a Fibonacci, but also makes a mathematical average, if that makes sense, and makes a median, right? What is a median? Not is actually an average, but it is very close, mathematically speaking, right? It kind of like it does the same thing, around the same thing, just so you know. So it gives us kind of like where's the strength between the support and resistances in here. And as you can see, look at that, plays out very, very nicely. So other than that, we were looking for that flip of the ribbon. We front run it at the dynamic reactor, or just ever so slightly above dynamic reactor. There we go. In fact, my entry is a little bit better of what it is right now, but let's just go for what is it on screen. Another important thing, my stop loss is ginormous, and that is because I needed to cover for a big wick. And right now, I already have moved it. We're gonna be moving it somewhere below this low, which is also right here at the center of the median of the mother's milk at 0.37. So I do believe that we're going to be making a dead cat bounce like this. And remember, we already have talked about that. That is our dead cat bounce. So let's actually put it in here. Let's fix this pattern. And we're going to be looking something like that. So next possible head short is going to be at 0.40. So keep your eyes open. I'm still going to leave my long open. I'm going to be taking 50% out of the long and moving my stop to entry. All right. And at the same time, I'm going to be opening a quarter of a position in a short in here. All right. So Ada is in the house. How's it going, brother? Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you, my friend. That's amazing seeing you here. All right, so let's get it. So let's take a look at a couple of other things. And for that, I want to go over crypto bubbles. So let's go and check them out. So crypto bubbles. And once we're in crypto bubbles, I want to take a look at what is it moving. So, oh man, SEC, dude, it really pains me. It really pains me. I did see the morning market report, you guys talking about SEC and the developers. I didn't pay attention. I didn't saw the news about it. And throughout the morning class, throughout the Chart morning class, Alex mentioned, hey, a lot of SEC developers walk out of the project. And I'm like, Dude, are you serious? One of my favorite coins next to Sen Cash also, just so you know, or Sen. Right now it's just Sen. It was a hard fork from SEC, and because they didn't like quite how SEC was doing stuff, they made Sen Cash, and then they just call it Sen. That's the next iteration or iteration from SEC. Nonetheless, SEC, ooh, really going low in my expectations because it was one of the security coins. So, but at least we still have Zen, and we still have what is it, Monero. So I like it a little bit more Monero than I like SEC. But whatever, it is what it is. So let's take a look at something like TAO. Let's take a look at something at FED. Let's take a look at something like Polygon and Tesos, maybe Tesos. Could be. All right. So at this point I'm looking at not that huge bubbles, but somewhat biggish bubbles for continuation longs, right? I really would like to look at Bonk Dodge, but I believe that tomorrow is going to be a better day to look at the meme coins, right? Something that I'm looking at, and I don't like it for now, is the rotation of the capital. So what's the rotation of capital? Well, remember that when we're about to finish the bull cycle, Bitcoin has a little drop. It stalls on a place while meme coins and low caps start popping, like one in here, one in there, kind of like randomly. And we already have seen that played out, right? Remember Jasmine, right? And it popped like that, right? I believe, what else did it pop like that? Did HBAR? No. Oh, HBAR, by the way. I believe HBAR, we could be within the same zone. In fact, there it is. Almost with the flip of the ribbon, we have good money flow. In fact, let's see what's going to be our next possible target. I would love to call the long right now, but we don't have just quite enough information. Let me put it like this, and let's see what else can I extract from here. So we are on dynamic reactor. Perfect. We are about to have the flip of the ribbon. Perfect. We already had that bottoming structure on our power bar. Perfect. But we're not having a dramatic move. We also have good money flow, but the only thing that I don't like, it is being below that 0 line, but it is what it is, right? Let's bring up the rest of our indicators and see if we have any big resistance. What I do also like is that we're looking for a support, to have a support on the quantum reactor. Quantum reactor should absolutely be green, but it is not. So again, it's a little vanilla, like indecisive. We have a loud order block. Perfect. We have a soft order block in here, which leads me to believe that we could have a swing failure pattern somewhere around here. So let's go for that. Shouldn't we, or should we? Let's go for something like that. I'm going to extend my stop loss a little lower. And also, I right now see that we have these two trend lines creating a falling wedge or a falling channel. And really it's pushing lower. But I don't think I'm going to go lower. So let's add an alert in here at 1179. All right. And guys, I think this is going to be one of those trades that we're not going to get just by like $1 or something like that. Not even $1, a fraction of $1, right? But still, I cannot push it higher because of the risk that this involves. Oh man. But all right, let's move with this. It's gonna be a possible long entry. Let me move my alert a little bit higher. I'm gonna be looking at 1181. And what I want to see is that a sweep of the lows or break to the trend line. So if I'm looking for a trend line breakout, what I'm going to be doing is giving myself just a little bit of a threshold. Then I'm going to be locking that trend line and adding an alert to that trend line. Perfect. So if it goes up, I'm going to be waiting for the breakout, retest continuation. And then I'm going to be looking for a short at the loud order block and maybe just at the bottom of that loud order block. I'm not going to be shorting right away here. Not for now, right? That's not the idea. The idea of placing that alert at the bottom of the order block is for it to give me an early signal, right? An early wake up call. So I can go ahead, take a look at my oscillator, take a look at my consolidation score, and take a look at how bullish I am or how bearish I am, right? And of course, my volatility factor. So if I see the right volatility with the right bearishness or the topping factor, I could be looking for either double top and pattern or something swing failure pattern or something that gives me that reversal. Talking about reversals, I could also be looking for a reversal. So that's gonna be my plan for each bar. Let me see if I have anything else in here that could be leading me to change my mind, because remember, trading for most of the parties waiting, but you also need to change your mind fast with that new data that you get. All right, so this is one of my favorite indicators, the profile volume. All right, we are on the profile VRVP, and the next important zone, it's right there. In my entry, it's right around that same area. In fact, what I'm going to be trying to do is push it just a little bit higher, like within this area here, and then push my alert just a little bit. And since we haven't jumped in there, I'm going to scroll it to the right, so I don't think that, hey, I missed the entry, because that happened to me before. Like, I push it like that and I go, ooh, dude, it hit it and I did not saw it. No, that was me and my dyslexia. And my stop loss is gonna be right at the bottom of this, and give myself just a little bit of that wiggle room. And of course, this is going to be half of an entry. All right, so half of an entry here, and if I can catch this short, also half of an entry in that short. Perfect. We have another one here. TAO. Let's do TAO. Why not? In fact, I think, yeah, it is right in here. So let's do TAO really quickly. By the way, I do remember TAO was very profitable back in the day, like in October, November. Dude, we were killing it with TAO, right? It was TAO and another RO. No, right? Dude, what was it? There was another one like TAO. But it was like nuts. TAO, let's do crypto, of course. And yeah, why not? Let's add the bluffing one. WMTX. What? All right, absolutely. I'll take a look at that right next. It is absolutely. And double top absorption zone at the order block. Dude, I'm telling you, those order blocks are phenomenal. And almost a flip of the ribbon. We are bullish still. But dude, come on. I mean, I don't want to get deceptive, all right? So this is a range. It feels like, I mean, I want to short this. No kidding. I want to short this thing. Especially because this is almost textbook, right? The only thing that I don't like, it's how it did that double bottom, and it did not feel like hard in here, right? Yes, everything is pushing that we could be going lower, but also look at your money flow. Money flow is not weak, right? It's not weak. So let's actually do one of my little tricks. Let's invert the scale. And this is telling me that I could be doing, all right, I have a support, breakout, resistance, and maybe either a flat push or bearish continuation. But I'm going to be looking for that target to then short it. So let's invert it. And that's going to be it. So why not? Let's look for a short on TAO. It's a little higher. So this looks like a good area to short. All right. I'm not going to jump right away. I want to give it some time. Let's do that. And then there it is. I'm going to be looking to get a very tight stop loss like that. Then I'm going to be looking for a long. I'm going to be aiming here. And this one, I'm going to push it to the next zone. And my stop loss is going to be below these lows. Ooh, but it's right in the middle. So let's push it even lower to accommodate where the dynamic vector is going to be. And then I cannot let this slide. I short somewhere around there. All right. So here's a little caveat. I'm not going to be adding this short just right now. But what if for some reason we do that, right? And we're not able to catch it? Well, first, we are going to catch that freaking long. And we're going to add a alert here so we can do a... Come on, where is it? Here it is. So look at it. This is what I'm expecting to happen, right? This. So that's why we're shorting, then longing, then hitting the next target, right? I mean, fantastic. Hopefully it plays out like we're expecting, right? But here it is. A break of structure long. If for some reason, let me find one. Break a structure long. Here it is. All right. So let's just say that we are shorting from here, right? And then it flips back up. I'm going to be trying to do a break of structure long. All right. So let's go all the way to the right. So it's not that easy. It's just that everything is like in the same level of importance in here. I already have had this alert, and this alert is going to be giving me a break of structure long. So if it does like that, all right, well then I'm going to be longing as we break this trend line or this support, this resistance, I'm sorry. So let's go for that. I'm going to set an alert in here. Then I'm going to add another alert right down there. And I'm going to set a line. And of course, another one in here. And finally, another one in here. Dude, TAO, I know where I like it. It gets me going fast and furious. Hey, what's up, all said? My buddy, how's it going, my friend? Welcome right to my take. How is it going? Let's get it. All right, let's do WMTX. Let's take a look at that one. And I know this is a little bit of a mess, but remember, we're looking for just a little bit higher to short it, right? And if for some reason it goes and do a break of structure, we head switch that position. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? How's it going, my friend? Welcome. Welcome. All right, so let's do, what was it? WMTX. And let's just get rid of this, WMTX. We already have it. Of course, we already have it. And look at that, bro. It popped. It popped. All right, it popped. I think that we could be looking for a retracement. But the only thing that I don't like about the retracement here, we haven't seen it pop before and stay above. So the only point of reference that we have is that it pops and then retraces. Pops and then retraces. Pops and then retraces. Is it going to be pop and then retraces? Hopefully doesn't. Hopefully doesn't. I don't think so, because the dynamic vector is very, 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 very tight. All right. But what we're going to be looking for, look at that, how thick of the cross section is at. So I'm going to be looking for a little bit of a retracement and then a further continuation. In here, what I would like to take a look at, it is an out of Fibonacci tool. So let's save this in here, and that out of Fibonacci tool is in my other setup. So let's go to another setup, and of course, let's bring this up again. It is WMTX, and here is the one. It popped, of course, and I want my out of Fib FIVP. Oh, FIVP right now has already been taken over. That's fine. I can take a look at my Fibonacci trend. And all right, so I will have right now target 382 to the top. All right, so we're going to be looking for a golden pocket retracement. So let's go for a short somewhere around here. I'm going to set my stop loss very tight. I'm going to be aiming for not quite a lot. And then I'm going to be looking for a bounce back up. So a long position somewhere around there as we get the rejection. Somewhere around there. The stop loss is going to be more tighter. And that's because I'm foreseeing that this might be able to do something like that. But so far, so good. Doesn't look that bad at all. Not bad at all. So So let's add an alert in there, and let's add another alert where I believe the dynamic reactor could be coming in place. Let's take a look at something else in here. Let's take a look at liquidations. And well, everything is, well, way too far. We already are out of the magnetic option here until we retrace. So I mean, it's closer to liquidated lungs right down there, right? But we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait. Let's take a look at what else do we have in here. My pleasure, my pleasure. Let's do, I want to take a look at, now that I see it, CAS. So Caspa, let's take a look at the daily. Oh, dude, what a shame. Don't you get that feeling like, dude, Caspa was such a good project, right? And then out of nothing, it just vanished. But whatever, it is what it is. I mean, too bad, right? Still, I think that we can start right now compressing. So we are compressing like that. We are also compressing like this, symmetrical triangle. So I would say let's bring up predictive ranges. Support resistance. There we go. So I'm going to bring up my alert. Maybe a long for a fake out here. Like that. And now I'm going to be very tight with my stop loss. And then I'm going to be pushing for another long right down there. We'll see if we can make it. If it breaks to the upside, I'm still going to be going for a not short, but another long. Oh, no. Yeah, because we're above that 0 line. Let's see how are we doing. So going downwards, losing strength on the bullishness. So it makes sense to have a little retracement. All right, so let's see what else we got in here. SEC, absolutely. Let's take a look at SEC. Why not? I wouldn't be trading SEC at this point till I see what still we get on how the or why the developers quit it that way, right? But so far we were expecting a little bounce back up and then a continuation downwards. We're crossing below the 0 line, no volume, no strength. So most likely we're gonna lose dynamic reactor, and if we lose dynamic reactor, the next target it's 199 and then $47. Ooh, what a hit, right? What a hit. Let's see what else we got. Let's take a look at one last one. I want to take a look at Polygon. So let's bring it up, and it already have popped. Ooh, we're late to the party, bro. We're late to the party. All right, so let's throw this trend line. I think right here, let's bring up, you know what, predictive ranges. All right, man, come on. I had the feeling like 3 days ago I should have listened. Oh my god. All right, whatever. It is what it is, right? You will hear me complain every single time. All right, shorting from here, going down. I don't think that we're gonna get in here. I think that we're gonna get some stopping power here, and then maybe till the big retracement. So that's gonna be the plan. The only thing that is gonna invalidate this, it's going to be hovering like this. That way, if that happens, we long here, and then we continue. All right. This range should not be, or should be between 4 to 6 candles, I estimate, but not sure completely. All right, so keep an eye on that, on those ones. But I think that's gonna be it. I need to take a very important call. So guys, thank you so much for assisting. Really appreciate you guys. I enjoy you guys to comment here. Hashtag FETH. Absolutely. All right, FETH. Yeah, we talked about ETH. Let's do that ETH really quickly before I go away. I think I owe you that, guys. And there was a 4 hours trade because we need to keep a track on that, right? Remember? And we got a kick in the balls for the first long, but for the short, ooh, played out like a charm, right? On the 4 hours, back in there, and right here, yeah, let's save this. Back in here, we got kicked. Pretty hard. Let's go here. And where is Ethereum? Come on. FETH, by the way. Here it is. The very first trade we got kicked in the balls. But the next trade right down here, well, we got filled in at the dynamic reactor. Still right now in profits. Move stop to entry. Take some profits. This will actually be taking almost out half of our stop loss. So we're not doing that bad. We're not doing it that bad. It's going to zero. It's to zero. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But hopefully they think of going to power to do, what is it? Oh, come on. Proof of work. Hopefully they do. All right, guys. So this time for real, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you guys coming here. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Bitcoin is going to zero.